Good day, my happy friends. I am Drew Eric Miller, and thanks for choosing my podcast. With so much content in the world today, it's my honor to bring you just a little more happiness with each listen. I used to wonder, can I be happier? Can I live a rich, abundant life? Can I dream big and manifest my dreams? The short answer is yes, I can. After much dedicated research, I have discovered beneficial action steps, tools, and life hacks while thriving on my journey to deep and meaningful happiness. In this podcast, I am sharing my research so you too can thrive on your journey to happiness. So get comfortable with a notepad or journal, and together we will manifest happiness. We are always manifesting in our life. So what does that mean? Every thought that we have, everything we say, every action we take, thoughts, say, and actions are creating the reality that we are living in at any given moment. So we have to start being really mindful of our words, our actions, and our thoughts so that we are ensuring the success of a happy life that we're really looking for. I remember when I first heard that we are responsible for our life 100% of the time. And I thought, oh wow, wait a minute. If I'm responsible for 100% of my life, then why is my life not what I want right now? Why am I experiencing this unhappiness, this difficulty? Why don't I have the money that I want? Why haven't I taken the vacations I want? Why don't I have all the things that I've ever wanted in my life right now? And so I had to really sit with that for a little while and realize, wait a minute. If the words I'm saying and the actions I'm taking and the things I'm thinking are pushing my dreams away, then I need to reevaluate all of that to ensure that from this day forward, my life is manifesting my happiest experiences, my biggest joys, all the dreams that I'm looking for. And that was a big awakening for me because there was this 20% of my life that I thought, oh, I'm not responsible for that. That's destiny. That's something else. That's just meant to be. But then when I really sat with that I can change my life through my words, my thinking, and my actions, that was the beginning of the real transformation in my life, where I did significantly, and still do significantly, increase all the joy that I have today. We are going to work on those three things. We're going to work on our thoughts, we're going to work on the things that we say, and we're going to work on the actions that we take to ensure the success of our desire and our happiness at all times. That is the goal. That's what we're here for. Consciousness is where our thoughts and our words and our actions come from, where that manifestation comes from. What you believe is possible, what you believe you deserve, and what you believe you can do or have. That is our consciousness. Your consciousness or belief system creates and manifests your life. The life you have today is based on what you believe is possible and what you believe you deserve. Consciousness is where our life choices and our life comes from. And we have to start to evaluate where our consciousness is. Do you believe that you can have something, or do you not believe it? because that disbelief is what's going to stop that consciousness. Because if you don't believe, let's say that you want to take a trip to New York, if you don't believe you deserve a trip to New York, or you haven't done hard enough work for that, or you don't believe you can get that promotion at work, then that's not going to happen. So that's consciousness. That's what we're going to look at here today. Dr. Chris Michaels, one of my teachers, has this phrase that he calls hope, wish, and try land. Hope, wish, and try land is a place that you don't want to move or live at, or stay permanently in hope, wish, and try land. How many times have you said, I am hoping to find love, or I wish I could take a vacation, or I am trying to write a book? Dr. Chris Michaels also said, you want to move and live in believing, feeling, and knowing land, which is here and now. So what does that mean? Believing is our consciousness, believing that you can have it, not wishing. Knowing that it is yours is going to be different than hoping. And feeling is going to be different than trying. So if you feel that you deserve something, is going to have a more significant impact on your life than trying to do something. So when you're living in hope, wish, and try, it is always going to be just out of reach, because hope, wish, and try isn't how we manifest our desires or manifest in what it is that we're looking for. We have to know, believe, and feel it in our bones in order to have that manifestation come into our life. Here's some phrases that you can use for yourself and create some more. I know love is mine now. I believe in a new job on this day. I have all the necessary resources to take a scheduled vacation. The feeling I have when I sit at my computer and write is joyful. So see the different choices of words that I'm using there? They're more actual, they're more tangible, and they're more now. And that's the kind of language that we want to think and say in order to manifest our desires. So these are all your tools. Here is another quote from Ernest Holmes. This thing called you. When you are most desperate and everything has crashed, that is the perfect time to pause, contemplate your desire, and plant the seed that will grow into fruition. That is the time when you are most open to deep, significant growth. Take that time, take that growth. It is your opportunity to surrender to it now. So what he means here is that, you don't have to wait to when you're feeling better to have this confidence. You can be at rock bottom and you can start this work. You can start it at any time. You don't have to be in the right space, the right mind. A great time is now. Always now. The only time you have is now. So take this time to start. Start that manifestation. Here's another Ernest Holmes quote. Life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. So what that means is what you say and think goes into the mirror and reflects back exactly what you said or thought. So if you say, I am going to take a vacation to New York on May 1st, and I have the money to do it, then that is going to go out in a knowing and a believing statement. And that is what's going to come back to you into your reality, your desire, your manifestation. So notice the words there. So all the words are affirmative to your desire. And that's the consciousness that we need in order to achieve our goals. We need that affirmative thinking and language. So take a minute and think about how often you are not affirming that language. So let's say you've got that trip to New York that you want to take on May 1st. You get up in the morning and you do your morning affirmation, and you take about 5 minutes to do that. And for a few more minutes, you think, yeah, this is going to happen. And then you spend the rest of the day, 12 hours, doubting it, thinking this isn't going to happen. Oh, well, I'm not going to have the money. How am I going to get the money? How am I going to pay for the ticket? How's this going to happen? How am I going to get the time off work? What you're doing is, in that mirror, you are reflecting back to you 12 hours of it's not going to happen. Whereas in the morning, when you did your affirmations, you only did 5 minutes of affirmation. So 5 minutes versus 12 hours, what is the mirror going to reflect back to you? It's going to reflect back the 12 hours of it's not going to happen. So pay attention to what you're saying in the mirror, because that is going to come back to you. Pay attention to what you're thinking into the mirror, because that is what's going to come back to you. So you want to spend as much time in a day focusing on achieving your desire and eliminating, I'll say that again, eliminating all the thoughts and statements and phrases that are going to push away that desire from coming into your reality. Here's another thought. Your desire must originate from love and not fear or lack. Know where your desire originates from. When your desires originate from fear, what you're doing is you're speaking into that mirror a fear, and what you're going to get back is a fear. So your desire must originate from love. Here are some examples. Love. I desire a loving partner to share my life with because I believe in love and I deserve more love in my life. Where if it's fear, it's I desire a loving partner to share my life with because I am afraid of dying alone. Or love. I desire a career that brings me all the joy and happiness I have always dreamed of. Fear. I desire a job that pays my bills because I am afraid of not having enough money. Love. I desire a sabbatical so I can travel the world and experience another culture. Fear. I desire a vacation because I am afraid to never leaving my small town and experiencing the outside world. So those are some good examples of fear and love, and knowing where your desire originates from, because that is what you're manifesting. If it comes from love, you're manifesting love. If it comes from fear, you're manifesting the fear, which is going to push away that desired goal or manifestation. So remember, we're here to be happy. We're here to have joy. Our life is here to be good. Create a desire that brings happiness, peace, and joy to your life. As long as that desire doesn't bring harm to anyone or prevents anyone else from achieving success, you can have your desire. So remember that. There is an abundance for everybody, and your desire shouldn't be taken away from anyone else, because life is not a pie where we all get one slice. All the power of the universe is with you. Feel it, know it, and then act as though it were true. Ernest Holmes. So that's going back to that knowing, believing, and feeling. As long as we embody that knowing, that feeling, that belief system, that consciousness, then it is true. That is a step, an action that we must take. There's an inner knowing that we all have. This knowing, that instinct, gut feeling, this higher intuition, this God voice, this, just that deep inside knowing that is in all of us, that we all have, that sometimes we need to get a little quiet for, that we need to, meditate or listen a little harder or listen a little deeper. This intuition, this knowing, is going to always come from a place of love, and it's always going to feel good. So when you are in tune with this inner knowing, it's going to feel good, and it's going to make sense, and it's going to be like, yes, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. So we all have an inner knowing that is available to us. Sometimes we need to get a little quiet, a little less distracted in order to hear that inner knowing, that inner voice inside of us. So pay attention. I bring up this inner knowing because when you have a desire, it's that inner knowing that is going to guide you and direct you on your next steps, on what it is that you want, how to get it, all the knowledge and all the information that you need for your desire, or the direction you need to go in for your desire, is within you. And when you listen to that inner desire, you will know exactly what your next action step is in order to achieve that desire. And then you will get guidance on the next step, and the next step, and the next step. So there is an energy and a consciousness about manifestation and how to achieve your wildest desires so that you can have the happiest, most fulfilled life. And everything I've talked about in this podcast are all tools that are going to bring that desire into fruition for you. So if you want to repeat this podcast again, by all means do, because these are all great tools to use as action steps to achieve your desire. So if you're looking for anything, any desire at all, small or big, these are the tools and steps you need to take. So thank you for listening to the podcast today. And the answer to your question is, can I manifest my dreams? Yes, I can. And I will see you next week. Have a great manifestation week. Thanks.